This is a 3DS. However, it's not any 3DS. It's a modded 3DS XL. In my opinion, one of the best handhelds to mod to date. Today, I want to talk about the capabilities you have once you mod a 3DS, what's the benefits of modding, and exploring what's on my 3DS. Let's dive in and check it out. This is the Unboxing Gadget. Let's get it. Okay, so I do want to preface this video by saying this is not a tutorial. There are a lot of other videos that do a great job of showing step by step how to mod your 3DS. In this video, we'll go over some of the basics and kind of just show what's on my 3DS, hit the highlights. But either way, let's quickly jump in and talk about what actually goes on the 3DS when you mod it. So there's a custom firmware called CFW that sits on the 3DS, which allows full software modifications to your 3DS. It's kind of compared to, having admin rights in your PC. So this allows you to do things with the 3DS which you technically aren't supposed to do. Don't tell Nintendo, but now there are multiple hack sites that allow you to follow step by step how to set up a modded 3DS. But one of my favorite ones is 3DS Hacks Guide. I think it's a pretty clean cut and simple website which gives you everything you need to do the job. Okay, so due to Nintendo's nature, I'm not going to show you exactly how to set up the mod like I mentioned before. But once you do get your 3DS modded, you do need to make sure there are a few apps to have installed and downloaded on your system. And the number one is FBI. Now, you might think Federal Bureau of Investigation. No, that's not quite it. This is the main app which you have, which allows you to install CIA files, which is the format Nintendo uses. So without this, the modding won't be quite possible. So make sure you do have FBI on your device. Alright, number two, Homebrew Launcher. So according to the official site of Homebrew Launcher, this is an app made by amateurs for the 3DS, so whatever that means. Either way, with Homebrew, you'll be able to download all the region games, themes, and a few other apps which open up the network of modding for your device. So Homebrew Launcher is definitely needed to get those modded apps on your device. Number three, Anemo. Not quite sure how to pronounce it, but there it is. So this app will allow you to download themes and splash screens for your 3DS. So if you're into making your 3DS look cool, this is definitely the app for you. Okay, so next up is Checkpoint, a must-have for your modded system as it helps manage the saves for your device. And it automatically checks and filters homebrew titles which may not have that save archive for you to back up and restore. So this is a pretty important device to make sure you have all your stuff saved for the modded 3DS. Okay, so number five, FTPD. Alright, so you can transfer files with this one. So it's kind of like how you transfer files on your server or your PC. This will allow you to transfer files to your 3DS. So pretty important because you're going to be adding a bunch of ROMs and games and 3DS titles to your device, so you really need to make sure you have this one downloaded. Okay, so number six, Universal Updater. This is a homebrew application for Nintendo that's intended to make homebrew just a little bit easier. There's no need to manually copy files or go through install process. This is all done through here, so it makes sure everything's up to date. So pretty important app to have also. And lastly, we have God Mode 9. Now the name is really weird, so I don't know why it's named that, but God Mode 9 is the name. But this app allows you to have full access to basically do anything you want to do on your device. Now, you technically don't need this one, but if you want to get real nitty gritty with all the 3DS, modding capabilities, this is definitely one to have for you on your device. Okay, so we talked about some important apps to download. Let's quickly talk about the bread and butter of your modded 3DS, and that is HSHOP. Now this makes everything so simple. It's probably one of my favorite features on the 3DS, well, a modded 3DS. So it's kind of like a cooler version of the 3DS eShop, and it contains most 3DS games, has themes, has a few virtual console games. So I would definitely recommend you have this downloaded. I would also recommend you have a pretty beefy SD card because once you get started on HShop, there is no going back on space. So HShop, really important. Okay, so we talked about the important apps for your modded 3DS. Let's dive in and see what's on my 3DS. So, starting off the bat, you can quickly see I had Cooking Mama, Digimon, Digiworld, Call of Duty, Dragon Quest. Now, it's going to be a theme. I like Dragon Quest, I love Pokemon, and I like Zelda. So, those are kind of the games I always play. Anytime I'm going somewhere on a trip, I boot up one of those genres of games. Dragon Quest, The Legend of Zelda, More Than Mass 3D, great game. Dragon Quest 6, great game. Mario Kart 7, classic. Gotta have Mario Kart 7. Dragon Quest 5, Legend of Zelda, Spirit Tracks, great game. Dragon Quest Monsters, Advanced Wars, great game to just pick up and play. I like Kirby too, so I have a few Kirby games. Now this game I just downloaded, Yokai, I'm not quite sure about that one. Kirby Superstar Ultra, of course another Legend of Zelda, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Ranger, another Pokemon Ranger, Pokemon Dash. Pokemon Dash is not bad, you know, pretty cool game. Yokai Watch, haven't played that one. Legend of Zelda, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon card game, classic, love Pokemon card game. And then at this point, you can fast forward to the end if you want, but I'm going through all my Pokemon games. Pokemon Diamond, Pokemon Soul Silver, Pokemon Heart Gold, Pokemon White version 2, Pokemon Ultra Sun, Pokemon Ranger. I didn't realize I downloaded so much Pokemon Ranger, Pokemon Y, Pokemon Ultra Moon, Pokemon X, Pokemon Art Academy. Pretty cool game. Check out Pokemon Art Academy. Alpha Silver, Omega Ruby, one of the classics, Pokemon Moon. And here's the classics. Platinum, Pearl, Black version 2, good. Sun, not quite a classic, but good game. We got Black, number 1, Pokemon Rumble. And then of course I have some Game Boy Advance games, which is of course Pokemon. Now, don't come for me in the comments. You can say that all this dude has is Pokemon. Yes, I do. So I love Pokemon. Pokemon Transporter, pretty cool to use. Transport Pokemon, Pokemon Bank. If you know, you know. Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Sapphire, Pokemon Ruby. Now these are just classics. You gotta have these. Alright, and these are more of the, I got the Game Boy Advance emulator. PKSM, it's Pokemon thing. SNES, gotta have that. Virtual NES, gotta have that. And then these are the apps we talked about earlier. Of course, you got system settings, got the theme manager, checkpoint, FBI, we talked about that. FTPD, we talked about that. The homebrew launcher, you need that. Download, play. You know, these are the standard 3DS things. Activity log, face raiders. Kind of funny game. AR games was pretty cool back when the 3DS came out. The eShop, not alive anymore. RRP. 3DS Sounds, never used it. Me Maker, love the Me Maker, love Me Plaza. Me Plaza used to be lit, but it's not lit anymore. So, and that's it. That's what I have on my 3DS. So, you know, you might say all he has is Pokemon and Zelda, but this, I'm being honest. These are the games I play. I don't really. Sometimes I, you know, might download something else, but I kind of stay within that. So there it is. All right, so there it is. My modded 3DS. So to sum it up, we talked about some of the most important apps you need for your 3DS. We even talked about the bread and butter of the 3DS, the HSHOP. Make sure you definitely have that downloaded. And we also even went through some of the games I have on my 3DS. Granted, I'm a huge Pokemon and Zelda fan, so of course that's my catalog. But drop a comment below and let me know what's on your 3DS. Do you have just Pokemon games, or are you know, more diverse than me? Either way, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.